Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening and happy Halloween. I'm Anna Manuel. Tonight we are hearing tales of the Southern Tier's haunted history. Our Sonia Ellison stopped by Elmira College to explore what some say are unexplained phenomena.
Historical Elmira College has been a source of learning as well as lore over the years, with ghost stories linked to two buildings on campus. Cowles Hall hosts faculty offices and said to be a site of paranormal activity.
Some people say that it is. We had a professor say that it was, but I've never experienced up there.
Some reports of orbs and lights that float down the hallways, and other reports of whispers heard late at night. Many people, including campus faculty and security, say they won't go in there alone because they feel uneasy and uncomfortable. It's also been said the building is split between a good side and evil side along the middle. Although Cowles Hall has reported its fair share of paranormal activity over the years, most students say that here across the street in Tompkins Hall is the most haunted.
I think if you ask most people on campus, they'd say it's haunted.
Legends and sightings of a spirit named Mary haunting the residence hall are very well known on campus.
Yeah, I lived there my sophomore year, and I would be taking naps, and I would think my roommate was coming back and trying to wake me up, because I'd feel something pressing on my back and shaking me awake, and then there'd be nobody there.
It's said Mary lived in Tompkins residence hall and took her own life by poisoning after her mother found out she went to Ithaca without her permission.
Nobody really wants to live there, and everyone that talks about it says it's haunted. So I haven't even been in there, and I don't want to go in there.
Whether or not you believe in the spirits that roam Elmira College, some students and staff know that sometimes things on this historical campus go bump in the night. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Elmira.
The car of a missing Westfield, Pennsylvania woman, Phyllis Potter, who was last seen in July, was found with human remains 50 yards away just outside of Westfield. Pennsylvania State Police say the car and the human remains were found just off of North Fork Road after a local man saw it in heavy brush. Tioga County Deputy Coroner says the remains will be sent to the Lehigh Valley Medical Center for an autopsy. The car's discovery is a step ahead in a vast investigation that has already covered several hundred miles and thousands of people helping out. With peak flu season right now, doctors are recommending that now is the right time for people to get their influenza vaccinations. Flu shots are especially important for seniors who are more at risk of acquiring other infections that make them more susceptible to getting the flu. Arnott Health announced COVID and flu shot clinics this Friday, November 3rd, and Saturday, November 4th in Elmira at their Rowe Avenue location. Bath's Ira Davenport Hospital has a clinic on Tuesday, November 7th. Elm Chevrolet hosts an Arnott clinic Monday, November 13th. All the clinics are from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Those 18 and over can pre-register by calling Arnott at the number on your screen. Protests broke out in a Senate hearing today on a $100 spending bill for Israel and Ukraine. The Senate seems ready to write the check, but House Republicans are pumping the brakes. Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
As several rows of protesters held up hands painted red and others shouted for an Israeli ceasefire.
Save the children of Gaza!
Heavy hitters from President Biden's cabinet made their case to a Senate committee on Tuesday for sending $105 billion in emergency aid to Israel, Ukraine, the southern border, and other allies.
The conflict is much more likely to spread. Suffering will grow, and Hamas and its sponsors will benefit by fashioning themselves as the saviors of the very desperation that they created.
If we don't support Ukraine, then Putin wins. But Putin will not stop in Ukraine.
Senate Democrats largely on board.
It will make the world safer for the United States, our allies, and our democratic values.
And the Senate Appropriations Chair is taking an all-or-nothing approach, writing the bill as one big bundle as the White House requested. But some are pushing back on the pricey ask. Newly minted House Speaker Mike Johnson has tried to jettison the rest of the spending from Israel's aid, just sending the country at war with Hamas $14 billion. Funding cuts to the IRS would foot the bill.
The other concern we have that is overriding this is our own strength as a nation, which is tied to our fiscal stability.
The House could vote on the funding as early as this week, but the White House has already said a bill uncoupling Israel and Ukraine aid would be a non-starter. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
The Food and Drug Administration is urging consumers to stop using certain eye drop products due to infection risks. The FDA says 26 products that treat dry or irritated eyes could present bacterial infection risks and even lead to partial loss of vision or blindness. The FDA says the affected eye drop products were marketed under several store brands, including CVS Health, Target Up and Up, and Rite Aid. The agency says its investigators found unsanitary conditions in the manufacturing facility. The FDA says CVS, Rite Aid, and Target are removing the products from store shelves and online. We are learning more details about the deal between the big three automakers and the UAW. Bill Mulligan breaks down the details about the deal that was announced on Monday.
In Michigan, auto workers breathed a sigh of relief on Monday after the third and final big three auto manufacturer targeted by the United Auto Workers Union was announced to have reached a tentative deal, effectively ending their nearly 6-week strike.
I think that was a relief for everybody, so we know we won't be out here long.
The UAW says the deal includes a 25% increase in base wages through April 2028 and will allow GM employees at certain plants a chance to transfer to battery or electric vehicle plants when there is an opening. In a video statement, UAW President Shawn Fain boasted of what he called a historic agreement.
We were relentless in our fight to win a record contract, and that is exactly what we accomplished.
At the White House, President Biden praised the deal, calling it a win for the U.S. economy.
Folks, look, today's historic agreement is yet another piece of good economic news showing something I've always believed. Worker power. Worker power is critical to building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up.
In a statement, GM's CEO also applauded the deal, saying it would enable their company to continue to invest in the future and provide good jobs, while saying, quote, "We are looking forward to having everyone back to work across all of our operations, delivering great products for our customers and winning as one team." If agreed to by auto workers and these deals become final, the next round of negotiations won't be until 2028. That's when the UAW says talks will extend beyond Detroit's Big Three. In Los Angeles, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
Your forecast is coming up next.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening and happy Halloween. Hopefully you're able to stay dry and warm stepping out to trick or treat this evening. But what we're noting is that there is continuous chances for some hit or miss precipitation as we head through the overnight and into our Wednesday, as a short wave is going to be a little bit stronger, sliding its way across the lakes region, which is going to bring that moisture even all the way down towards that Pennsylvania border. So we'll time out that potential here in a moment, but note that that brings us still under that northerly wind. But the good news is that there is a quick switch in those winds that will start to bring back that warming as early as Thursday and allow for us to usher into a quiet weekend of battling some areas of some cloud cover. So first off, as we roll into our Wednesday, you can nearly see where we have a short wave in place. It is hugging just outside of those lakes regions, which is also being enhanced by the lakes due to lake waters this time of the year being much warmer than the air mass that's in place. So that lake effect snowfall is what's going to continue to allow for snowfall closer to the lakes, but also bring that short wave through the area, continuing even some hit or miss rain to snow showers across the local area through the afternoon and into the evening before, as we head into Thursday, you start to see that the moisture has more of a trend to move to the north, as that's the area coming under that southerly wind that will dry us out and warm us up. Could see some areas battle, maybe a few more flakes, as well as some cloud cover there off of some lake effects into Thursday that we'll keep an eye on, but generally staying pretty dry for the local region. So as we look at accumulation, it is looking little to to none for the most part. More just going to see some flakes flying, might be able to bring in a drizzle from time to time. Where there will be some more snowfall accumulation will be through some higher elevations, as well as where there is some stronger lake effect closer to those lakes. Our region might have that extent again and seeing that moisture overhead, but how much of that formulates for accumulation this time of the year, it is just close to little to none. But as mentioned, we do stay underneath that northerly flow. That's what's triggering that potential for lake effect snow to rain showers. But we'll note that we also are able to bring some gusty winds with it. So into Wednesday afternoon, down here Wednesday afternoon, that 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock time frame, we get some 20-mile-per-hour gusts out of the north. That does continue to keep that chill within the air. So we'll only extend our high temperatures into those low to mid 40s as we battle some hit or miss cloud cover. And again, that precipitation that won't equate to too much. Do keep yourself wary though of some slick surfaces. If they do become wet and with temperatures being cool, even cool enough to drop down into those mid 20s Thursday morning, that could create some slick surfaces. Now, as we head into Thursday, note that we do return under that southerly flow, which brings us underneath some drier skies and some brighter conditions. Temperatures still slightly cooler than normal, but improving. We'll at least head into those upper 40s and then continue that trend of warming, of watching those 50s hold in place throughout the weekend. And then we'll keep an eye on a change up that looks to be starting to take shape as early as Sunday evening, which could bring us rain as well as another round of some cooling.